Hey guys, Danny here. So for today's video, it's kind of a bittersweet video. I am going to be doing a book discussion on United as One by Pittacus Lore. And for those of you who don't know, United as One is actually the last book in the Lorien Legacies series. So before I really get into United as One, I kind of wanted to do a recap of all the books because this is finishing a pretty long series. So if you haven't read the series, I would suggest kind of like coming back when you have read the series, but because I'm just going to do like a little bit of a breakdown of each book and like my overall thoughts on each book, and then I'm going to go super into depth about United as One, so just bear with me. So anyways, Lorien Legacies, it started with I Am Number 4. So basically, it's where you're introduced to the Loriens. There's 1 to 9, and they escaped Lorien that was being destroyed by the Mogadorians. Now they're hiding out on Earth, and they had to be separated because if they're together, then the Mogs could just kill all of them because they didn't know how to use their legacies, which is like superpowers. So there's that. So, and they have to stay separated because there's like a charm on them where the Mogs can only kill them in order. So they have to go to 1, then to 2, then 3, and so on until they get to 9. But once they band together, the charm is broken and they can be killed in any order. So this follows one of the main characters, number 4, John, who is next. Number 1 died, number 2 was killed, and so was number 3, and they know this because they have like scars on their leg that of the neck of death kind of thing. So this is John, and he's hiding in a small town called Paradise where he meets Sam Good and Sarah Hart. Becomes really good friends with Sam and actually tells Sam about his powers because Sam's dad was taken by the Mogs and all this stuff, and he falls in love with Sarah. But there's also Mark James, who is kind of like the jock who likes Sarah. Or was he dating Sarah? I can't really remember. But anyway, and then they all band together, and then Six shows up, and they need to get all the Loriens together to fight the Mogs. And then there is the Power of 6, which I don't really remember this one all that much, but this is when they are beginning to band all of the Loriens together. They meet Marina, who is number 7, and so 6 has to go find Marina. And what happens in this? I think this is just about 6 and Marina, and then Sam, Sarah, and Sarah with them? No, I think it's just Sam, 4, and 6 go off on their own to survive, and then it does like backstory on Marina, and then Marina meets Ella, who is like number 10, but she's not really number 10, and Sam is captured by the Mogs. I can't, this is where it gets weird because the next one is the Rise of 9. So either at the end of this one, that Sam is captured and John is left with 9, or John is left with 9 right at the beginning of this one. I can't remember if he's captured in this one or this one, but Sam's captured, and then they have to work with 9, and then 8 is also introduced in this one, I believe. I think. When do they find 8? I don't know. I haven't read these in a long time, and I'm really starting to realize that now. So whatever, and then the next one is Fall of 5, and so they're all working together. They're finally, they're all working together, and they found 5 and they found 8, and so they found Sam's dad, who has been captured by the Mogs, but he knows more about Mogadorian technology, and they know about Setrakis Ra, who is like the leader, like the Mogadorian leader, and about their plan. They're going to take over the world, and they're already working with the governments of the world to take over the world, because they think it's going to be like peaceful, but like you know it's not going to be peaceful. And then 5 betrays them. 5 betrays them. He's been working with the Mogs the entire time. 5 kills 8. It's really sad. Marina wants to kill 5, but she doesn't. Ella and 5 are taken by the Mogs. There's the Revenge of 7. The Revenge of 7, so that's all them being captured and trying to work together. Okay, and then the next one, I'm just trying to remember what happened, God. This one I got, the Fate of 10. Okay, the Fate of 10, that is when we find out that Ella is like related to Setrakis Ra or something, and then this is also when people, like real people, not real people, humans start getting powers. They start getting legacies because Lorien is being awoken. This is when they're also fighting with Adam, who is a Mog. Adam's a Mogadorian that has like come to their side to fight against the Mogs because he believes what they're doing is wrong, and he has a legacy, and Sam develops a legacy, and this other girl also, and so they're all working together. And I think it's Marina, Adam, Six, and Sarah and Mark James all go to New Mexico. I think it's New Mexico, or is it actually like Mexico? I don't know, but they go to find the Temple of Lorien to save Ella from Setrakis Ra, while Sam and John are over helping the government, and they're with 9 and they're fighting 5 and Setrakis Ra, and it's like a super big battle, and 9 hates 5, and it's so amazing because I love 9. And that's all happening, and actually, and then at the end of that book, Sarah is killed. Sarah dies, and it's so sad. So then it opens up for the last book of them having the final battle and them all having to deal with Sarah's death. And so it brings me to United as one. Okay, here we go. Now I actually know what I'm talking about. Okay, so Sarah has just died. John is completely broken up. They're all broken up, and now John basically has nothing to nothing really to fight for. He just doesn't really want her death to be in vain, but now he has nothing to live for. So he's being super reckless, and he is really not understanding the depth of his actions. Another person that is super broken up by it is Mark James, because Mark James never really stopped loving Sarah. So he loves Sarah. Sarah's gone. They're all training these new people with legacies. They're trying to train them to help out, but this is going into the final battle. And then the final battle happens, and spoiler alert, the Loriens win. The Loriens and the humans win, and they defeat Setrakis Ra, but it is like a super intense like last act. Like anyone could go, anyone could die. It is, people really very closely almost died. Like I think John was like maybe did die for a little, but he came back, but whatever. My poor boy Mark James. Okay, I really liked Mark James. He was a super interesting character to read, and he died. Mark James was killed by the Mogadorians. He was injected with like this thing that was like slowly turning him into a Mog, and he was being controlled by the Mogs, and he did it all for Sarah, and then he ended up getting killed by the Mogs, and it was like really sad, and I was like, oh, Mark. I was super upset about Mark. 5 was like, 5 is like all like disfigured now. He's still alive, but he's like living on an island. 9 lost his arm. My poor boy. Oh my god, 9 lost his arm. And 6 and Sam ended up together, and I'm like super excited. I always wanted them together. Oh my god, what does Marina do? Marina is like trying to work herself up to kill 5. She really just wants to kill 5, but she hasn't been able, like, she doesn't know if she wants to kill him or if she just wants to leave him to suffer. Like, she's in that for killing 8. 9 is actually working at like an academy, like, okay, it's like a freaking X-Men academy for humans that develop legacies, and like he's training them. So I'm like, oh, like 9 as a teacher, that's amazing to me. John has turned into like some kind of monk, and he took up where 8 used to be, and he hopes that they can like stay connected and all, but he hasn't talked to like anyone since they defeated the Sidrakis Ra, because he wants to just be on his own. And I just thought it was a really good end to the series. Everyone had to actually work together. Everyone was finally working together, and the final battle I think was stunning, and it was beautifully written. The character arcs throughout the entire series I think wrapped up very nicely. This book was actually really funny. There was a lot of like humor in it. Like, it was super dark, but there was like a lot of like trying to lighten it up, and I really liked that. Yeah, this book was a journey. I read I Am Number 4 when I was 15, and at that point I think there were only like three books out. So I'm 18 now, and I just finished the series, so it's, you know, it's a nice close to that. So I really enjoyed it. I liked the entire series. I would recommend it, definitely. And yeah, it was really bittersweet. Actually, I really wanted to let this book last. Like the last book, I wanted to, like, you know, like spread it over a few days at least. And I finished it in like 2, and I was like, oh, I just like sat down and just read it all, and I wasn't supposed to do that because all I wanted was to like make it last a little because it was the last book in the series, but I didn't do that. I just read it really fast. Yeah, but I really enjoyed the whole series. I'm really happy that I read it. Yeah, so that's really all I have to say. This video is probably really long. Okay, so next week is the last week in December, so I will be doing my wrap-up mid-TBR. I will be doing, next week's gonna be like my yearly wrap-up also, and my top 10 of 2016. So that's going to be next week. I'm also going to do a writing vlog next week, last writing vlog of the year, and because, okay, and then I'm starting the new year. So I guess, well, Sunday is Christmas, so I hope everyone has a fun, safe holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Just have fun, be safe, enjoy the holidays, have a happy and safe new year. Don't drink and drive, anyone, because that's really bad. So just be safe, but have a good time. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next week. Please comment what you thought on this video, and please subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Tuesday, and I am Ardania, and thank you so much for watching.